WV UnCommonplace. This podcast is a variety podcast that houses numerous series to cover mental health, empowerment, podcast framework, and various intimate theories to get to know the hosts. Along with occasional movies reviews and dives in pop culture with our event podcast episodes. The UnCommonplace digs into bringing guests on that stories don't fit the mold and are very different. WV stands for the great state of West Virginia, and every quarter we cover something in West Virginia. Stacie and myself, JR, are your hosts, so please come along for this venture to UnCommonplace.
Howdy everybody, my name is JR Sparrow. I'm the host of West Virginia UnCommonplace, and this is one of these episodes where I've got some people with me. I've got my co-host,
Stacie.
And we have a guest,
Vallon.
And she is my sister. And we have a topic today that is a very sensitive topic. It's a topic that hurts people's feelings. This topic sometimes, it alienates people, and I use it every single day in my life. They use it too. We've had to do this in different parts of life, and it all started right around high school. And this place is called the friend zone. The friend zone is a place that you have to go to in life with certain people because certain people don't reach aspects, ratios, or any type of scientific measurement to be the boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever you decide your orientation is in life. And I have them here with me today so that we can discuss this, because this has been a long-awaited topic that I have been trying to cover for at least 4 years, and every time I get a group together for this, people get upset, get enraged, and their feelings get twisted and hurt. This is not a sensitive matter episode. This is an episode just of reference. We're going to talk about our experiences because we all have been on the end of both ends, I hope. Correct? No?
Yes.
You? Well, so the friend zone, it actually has a little symbol for it, which I'll show you all later. With this, I've had to use it as a defense mechanism. I've had to use it not as a coping mechanism, never as that, but a way to let someone know that I appreciate you and I care about you, but I don't think of you in that way. Now, Stacie, have you ever had any experiences or anything with the friend zone?
I mean, who hasn't?
Right? What about you, Vallon?
Yeah.
So let's start it off as just a simple round table discussion. Vallon, since you're the new one to the show, tell us your name, tell us where you're from, and give us a little information on you, but just not too much because we got other episodes to deal with you later.
Okay, my name is Vallon Sparrow, and I'm from Virginia, and basically I'm new to the scene, and I'm just getting home from a very long and enduring experience that I hope to God I'll never have to go through again. And basically, I'll let you know that I'm a free agent with dating, and it's rough.
Oh, shit.
It's really rough.
Wow. That are cool there. Now, so I'll start this off. As a young man, I started dating in 1996. I was in the 4th grade. My mother, I dated a girl, her name doesn't matter, but we'll just call her Carla, and that may be her real name, I don't know. But my mom took me around in a Dodge Caravan, and when I was in school with this other girl, we'll just refer to her as Deborah. And Deborah thought that she was like the hot shit. She tried to just run up on me like, I'm in 4th grade, I got the cute eyes, so I'm just doing what I do. And she wasn't my cup of tea. No disrespect or anything, it wasn't vibrant, so it wasn't one of those things where I wanted to hurt her feelings or anything like that. But that's when I learned about the friend zone. That was in 4th grade in 1996. I learned that you don't hurt someone's feelings because you have to be considerate, because you never know what the next day is going to be like or what the next year is going to be like. So I carefully made sure that she was a friend, but I didn't give her the qualities and the attention and the time that I gave to Carla, because I got that 434-821-10 whatever phone number. I ain't gonna say the rest because I remember it by heart. And I was ecstatic. We dated for a while, then I went on to middle school. And the lesson I learned there was consideration inside the friend zone was something that I would have to do all the way up until my old age now, because some people have prospects for you and have positions for you when they should just be happy with the position they are in with you in life. So,
Well, with myself, I didn't really date much in high school, but I had people that wanted me to be their girlfriend. That's where I exercised the friend zone. I wasn't quite tactful with how I handled it, and so I did hurt a lot of people's feelings because I just didn't want to be bothered, and when I tried to be nice, they didn't take the hint, so I had to kind of be blunt about being friends or nothing at all. As I got older, I've had a few dating experiences, and those experiences were not really good. And again, I had to develop a finesse of not to hurt their feelings, but to also be assertive enough to let them know that I wasn't joking either. So the friend zone can have some repercussions if you don't enforce it and be steady and sure-footed with it.
I mean, I don't really have any stories. I must have been oblivious to anything when I was younger. And I'm not as loud as y'all, or as vocal, or as forthcoming. So, I mean, I really don't have any stories.
Well, I will say this. Let
me rephrase that. I've had to deal with other people that I'm in a relationship having to put females in the friend zone. Like, I've had that experience. But for me personally, yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I'm a very animated person. I like Marvel comics. There's a character named Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer rides on a board, and he does this. So, me, myself, in the friend zone, I developed this thing that became a hip-hop terminology called the curve game. Curve game is a swerve game. And in doing that, sometimes, like you said, it's that boundary. And that was a key thing that I didn't learn until my 30s, to set that boundary ahead of time so it doesn't get that way. But the problem that we have is any attention that's given to detail, that detail wants more attention. And that is I don't want to call it a folly, but what do I want to call that? It's a scale you have to measure. And if I have to waste too much time measuring it, then I just have to delete that friendship. And I will say, even in life today, like I'm talking about from the time I turned 39 till today, right now, August, whatever this date is, 9th, whatever, 2024, I had 2 major close friends that have always bordered that line. They try to skip up sometimes they skip down. They had weird energies. And I had no time in life to balance a scale because I have to look at the merit of the friendship, the quality of it, and then I actually had to look at one thing that makes sense to you if you're in a relationship. The person that's sleeping beside me, the person that's sleeping at my feet or sleeping at me, even if it's just a dog, how's that person going to feel? How is my dog Bear? How would Stacie? How does that person feel about that other person that's carrying and harboring these weird ass feelings? It's weirdo energy. And weirdo energy in 2024, and it's been going on for the last 12 years. This weirdo thing of, oh, I don't want you when you're not with somebody, but once you get with somebody, I'm ready to love you and be the best thing in your life. I can treat you better than that person. That's the mentality we have to kill. And that's why I did this friend zone episode, because understand this. I love people. My friends throughout life know that I love people. I only have a love or hate. I don't like or dislike anything. The only thing I do that to is food. I either dislike it or like it. But as a person, I've got to love you through certain entities and certain tiers and values, because I'm a scientist. Or I'm going to hate you. And my hate sends you to hell in my heart and in my memories museum. So those 2 levels right there, I've had to define those so tight that when somebody talks to me, I do the one thing that I've never done in my life up until this time. I will tell you from the get-go, if you need a counselor or if you need guidance, go to fucking BetterHelp, because that's not me. If you need a shoulder, if you need to mend some fences, hey, holla at your boy. But that's the friend zone. That's where, as people, you can't not be my girlfriend and want girlfriend qualities. I don't know why that isn't. I'm sorry that I'm taking over this episode. I don't know why that's fucking mind-boggling, but I'm like, hey, you need to talk to me? You don't have 24-hour access to me. I tell everybody, you've got certain days and times that you can communicate with me. When I am back off the grid in West Virginia or Florida in a few weeks, don't fucking bother me from Friday to Monday. If you need me, if it's an emergency, if it's something that's like a mental anguish thing,
here's the thing: if it's that important that they need something from you, or just not you specifically, but you as in whoever is listening to this, if it is that important, they're going to text you. A lot of times you say you get messages through Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and half the time you don't have those notifications on. And then the same is with me. Very few people have my phone number anyways. So if it's that important, it's going to come through a phone call or a text message.
Okay.
One boundary of the friend zone that I have experienced that you have to sever ties with the friend zone is when you break up with someone and they want to use the friend zone as a door to try to get back into a relationship.
Oh, shit.
That's where you have to cut the friend zone off and cut it short. And that's where I was saying in the beginning of where you have to be tactful and stand your ground and know where to let someone in, where to shut the door, where to leave it cracked, where to lock it, put it up like Fort Knox if you have to. And so sometimes with a breakup, depending on the emotional state of the other person, the friend zone can be a healthy way for them to heal, and the relationship can go back to being a healthy friendship. But it also, if the boundary is not set, could be detrimental and could leave that open for them to think that there is still hope for a relationship that died and flowed out to the sea.
Damn. Now, I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
I'm going to jump in too.
Okay.
I don't
Ooh.
completely disagree with what you say. I understand what you say, but there are a few things that I would be like, you're opening yourself up for stuff. So you want to start yours and then I'll go in?
All right. I'm a professional. You've worked with me. Both of y'all actually have worked with me, so you know I'm very professional about my job. And when I worked in management at a higher level, we had this thing called an exit interview. In your exit interview, if you're dating me or if you've been with me anywhere, you don't get that in life. If it ends, it ends. There's no closure. There's no reason to put emotional damage to myself or put a shut door on anything, because circumstances broke us up. Circumstances end friendships. And if they end that, unless I was paying you during our friendship or during our relationship, why do I have to give you the exit interview? I'm not. An exit interview is nothing more but, like you said, that slimy weasel way to work your way or to do what people say I do, because a lot of people say I do this. They say I plant seeds. To plant seeds to come back one day later.
Or 9 months.
Or 9 months, yeah.
Anyways, not that kind of seed, guys. Not that kind of seed.
Not a baby.
No. I
Yeah, right? Yes.
Anyways, that's a completely different 9 months that I'm talking about. JR knows what we're talking about. So I am the... I kind of agree with you. There's no exit interview, especially if it's one of those situations where, one, it wasn't mutual, and two, that if it was a situation of just anything, why would I want to open myself back up to be put in that situation again? So I'm gonna cut ties. I'm gonna lose your number, or I'm gonna block you on everything just for my mental health, and then I'm gonna delete it all. Like, there will be no existence of you, and that's how I deal with it. I understand everybody deals with what they have to differently, but I can see if both of you choose to end the relationship amicably, then I could see a friendship being able to continue out of that.
I agree with you. But on the flip side, if you have circumstances where after you have left that person and they realize what they had and now it's gone, and they are trying to use that friend zone as a way to make a fake peace offering to come back in to set you up for the same cycle of madness, because we all know insanity is doing the same thing but expecting something different.
Right.
That's insanity to me.
Right.
So the friend zone, I agree with you. If the relationship ends on good terms and both people are able to detach that intimate mindset and just be friends, then yes, it's great. It's healthy.
Right.
Both people grow and change and heal and move on together. But if you have one part of the party that severed it because they were going through so much anguish themselves, they're not going to be too quick to want to be friends or allow that friend zone to exist, because they already know the tactics of the other person.
Right.
So that's where it's got to be the Queen of Hearts off with his head. But it could also be a nice Alice in Wonderland experience. Could be the Cheshire Cat.
I mean, some things work out. You know, you sever your ties, you go your way, you live your life, things happen, and you come back together. It does work.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I agree with that.
But you also have to evaluate it yourself and be like, if this happens again, how am I going to handle it?
Right.
Can I survive this again? Am I going to make these same decisions? Am I going to, and then it's a communication thing.
Right. And
you're going to handle it differently.
Another factor that plays into it is time and space, those two things. Sometimes people have to give themselves time and space outside of bad relationships or just bad experience in general with friends, whether it's just associates, good friends, or in an actual relationship, to clear their head and find themselves, because a lot of times people lose themselves in their friends. They may lose themselves, and you've got to get back to you. And once you're safe and secure in that, then if that relationship, from what you see and what you perceive as being something that has the potential to be corrected and that can heal, go for it. But if it's going to be toxic and you're going to go through the insanity process, off of its head, and let it be there. And there's no room for friend zone there.
Well. What if you deal with someone like me? You got to understand, like, I'm a type of person, I have a cold jacket I can throw on. And see, the thing is that I duplicate certain things to pull certain feelings. If you break up with me, heck, I'm 100% honest, and I just said this on my Facebook not too long ago. My exes are still my friends. I don't go talk to them. I don't do nothing. I let them spectate, because I like to let them see what they didn't want is what somebody else would have as their treasure. And I let the exes to the person I'm with, I stunt every fucking day. I let them on my page. I got public. Maybe I'm a little psychopath, or something. But I let the ex know that, hey, the time that you didn't want to waste on me was the time that somebody else gave me and helped me become a better person. No codependency or nothing like that. I'm just talking about the evolutionary steps of becoming a better person beyond what you were the day before. Because we don't care too much about change. We just talk about the evolution of how you are. So.
But that also goes back to everybody's different on how they handle those situations, and it also depends on how the relationship ended.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, this may be a trigger warning, so just be careful. If you go and beat the shit out of somebody and that ends the relationship, that's, sever ties completely, 100%, if you're strong enough to do that.
Right.
But, if you just get in an argument because her parents don't like you, 6 months later, it might come back, fuck the parents. And things are going to work. And things are going to work out. So it all really comes down to what you can handle for your mental health and what happened in this situation.
Okay.
Right. And I agree with that wholeheartedly, because some people's tolerance for what they will put up with is stronger or weaker, and it again depends on the value that was invested in the friendship, the relationship, or even the acquaintanceship. It also depends of the severity of the offense that caused the rift in the first place. Like you said, if it was something minute, take some time to heal and work it out. Work it out. But if it was detrimental to your health, your safety, and even your mental health, and it's something that is going to be reoccurring, or something that is spontaneous and you never know if it's going to reoccur, but it has that potential, why set yourself up with opening up a friend zone to them? Give it time and space to see what's going to happen. Give yourself time and space to build up strength and be able to step forward, because true friends will be with you in high and low times. They will respect you whether they agree with what you think. They will want the best for you. They will advise you when it's okay to let go and let be. But a friend will always respect and honor your decisions. But you don't want people to encroach and force you and coerce you back into a friendship.
That's where the boundaries come in.
That's where you have to set the boundaries.
And honesty is a big thing in friendship. Don't lie to me.
Right.
Do whatever you do. It's your life. Just don't lie to me.
Right. keep the truth. And in closing, I want to thank you all for coming on here. But here's the thing I want to put out here for anybody, and this is specifically for the JR Sparrow fan club or people that are friends. Don't admire. Like something that someone does, and I'm talking about that can be social media posts, anything like that. Enjoy that kind of stuff, but don't admire someone. Take the time to enjoy qualities about people and do all that fun stuff like that, but that's fine. Don't build these imaginary rosters in your head that you're a part of a quarterback depth chart if the person's with fails. Don't do that kind of stuff, because we're grown adults, and the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to get alienated, get hurt, and then get put on the not block list, but the I can't message you list. Because I told you, I showed y'all the tactics. I am petty. You can sit on my Facebook, but there's a lot of people that sit on my Facebook that are blocked on Messenger. Because I don't want to hear what you got to say. Because if you want to say it in public and put it out there on the comments, that's free for all. That's entertainment for the world. Social media, Facebook for me is a entertainment place. I do like to spread positive things out there, but if I see some comedy or drama at 11:30 at my lunch break, don't you know that that's my soap opera for the day, and I'm going to love it and eat it up. Call me whatever you want. Call me callous. Call me whatever makes you feel good at night and during the day. But there's one thing I want you to know. I set healthy boundaries so that I can enjoy my life. And I want the same for my friends. That's it. So in closing, I need both y'all to leave closing remarks. So let's go to you, Vallon, since you're new.
All right. Well, I just want to encourage people to develop and learn the friend zone in healthy ways and set healthy, realistic boundaries when you apply it.
I mean, I don't really have too many major closing remarks. All I want to say is if you're not following the podcast, why? Make sure you hit that follow button, like, share, and subscribe. Help JR out a little bit. I don't know what else to say. I'm promoting your podcast.
Okay.
Like you should be doing mine.
So like always, on that note, I am JR, and we're signing off.
Please follow WV UnCommonplace on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, TikTok, where we have some great content, Facebook, LinkedIn. Hit up the merch store at oncommonplace.square.site. Join the email list from the website, and rate, subscribe, and give feedback from your favorite podcatcher. And lastly, thanks for listening, and tune into the next episode.